to leave, already packing.
Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel and welcome to today's video. So today I am here to set up my 2023 personal or home budget. If you haven't already, I definitely recommend checking out my 2023 goals video, my business budget and tax setup, and then also my sinking funds. In those videos, I just walked you through and kind of talked a little bit about my process and how I like to calculate certain things and track certain things. So I definitely recommend checking that out. I do have a whole playlist that I made that is all for my 2023 budget setup. So if you are wanting to check those out, definitely do that. So I personally really love decorating my planner. I feel like it makes it very cute. It makes me want to come back and look at it. So that is what I'm doing. I'm just adding some washi at the top, some thick and thin washi. Everything that you guys are seeing here is, in terms of stickers, is from my Etsy shop, Sara Marie Stickers. And then this is an Erin Condren 7x9 monthly planner. This is the budget planner that I will be using for the year. It's basically just an empty notebook that has all of the calendar views within it. So that is what I'm going to be using. I'm going to be pairing it with my budget kits to make it a budget planner. Okay, so like I said, we're going to be doing our 2023 budget today, and I decided to do this as the third video in this series because I felt like I needed to set up my business budget and my sinking fund setup prior to doing this, and you'll kind of see why. So first thing, my business budget obviously determines what my personal or home budget is, because whatever I decide or kind of estimate my income will be from my business is what my income will be. Me and my husband both work for my business, for my Etsy shop, and so that's the only source of income that we have coming in at the moment. So it's a huge factor in our budget. And then the same thing is kind of true with the sinking funds. We do have a sinking fund variable expense in our budget. And so to get that number, I had to go ahead and like put together an idea of what my sinking funds were going to be. So it just made the most sense to do it this way. So again, for income for this year, we're just predicting that we will have my Sara Marie income, and then I'm gonna put an other just in case like anything random happens that I don't really anticipate. In terms of income, for that one, it's just going to be 0 because I don't anticipate actually getting anything that's not for my business. The world is kind of an uncertain place at the moment, and during this process of kind of determining what is happening and like what to anticipate for the year, me and Jason have been talking long and hard about like, you know, what makes the most sense for our family. Right now, Jason's working with me, and he started working with me in the fall time, and that's something that we would love to continue. But depending on how things are going with the economy and with sales and things like that, we may need to have Jason go back to work. And I'm not exactly sure what that will look like, but it's definitely something that we've been kind of talking about and just trying to figure out, like, you know, what's the best thing for our family long term. I love Jason working with me. I definitely feel like I need someone at least part-time to help out, but health insurance is so expensive, and that's a huge thing that if Jason got like a different job that we would potentially have covered. So for now, I guess the reason why I'm bringing it up is for right now, the only income that we plan on having is my income. But depending on how things go, we do have kind of a backup plan that Jason would potentially go back to work. Honestly, he's going to be like very entry level because he became a stay-at-home dad pretty much soon after we graduated from college. And so the main thing though is the health insurance, because that ends up being like over $20,000 a year just for the health insurance premiums. And we don't have like the greatest health insurance. We still have a pretty big out-of-pocket. So anyway, we do have a backup plan. We do consider other, you know, other scenarios, but I figured I would just kind of mention that there. So we're going to start with variable expenses. I like to split my budget into variable expenses and fixed expenses. The main reason why I started doing this was because I was running out of space and I really like the 7x9 planner like feel. I didn't want to get the larger 8.5 by 11. And now it's just kind of become habit. Like, it's really nice knowing that like some of my expenses will stay exactly the same for the month. So the first thing that we have is electric. This is obviously for our home. And then we have gas, which is used to cook and to heat our home. We have groceries. We have eating out. Household. So I personally like to split this up and have household be separate from groceries, but I know some people do decide to combine those. We just tend to do a lot of grocery shopping separate from household, so it makes the most sense to do it that way. Then we have gas for our cars. We have cash dividers. I've gotten a lot of questions about, well, not a lot, but a few questions about if I'm going to share our cash divider setup. At this point, no, because it's very boring. Me and Jason both just get an allowance, and then we get, so like I was saying, we get money for haircuts and eyebrow waxing and stuff like that, but it's it's honestly very boring, so I don't think it's even worth filming. And then I wanted to put in my lashes. I could, well, no, I do pay with that, like with my card, just because I don't want to carry around a bunch of cash, but I do have my lashes, sinking funds, and I put lashes in the variable expenses because a lot of times I've felt like within the last couple of years the prices have gone up, so I am not naive to think that the prices that are the price now are going to be the same, you know, like next December. And then we have unbudgeted, because we do like to put together a spot just in case anything random happens. I don't actually budget anything there, but I do like to put like a placeholder in case something happens and we do have something that like we didn't really anticipate. Okay, so those are all my variable expenses. Pretty straightforward there. One thing that I've learned during this whole setup process is if I put my ruler at the bottom of the page, I can make straight lines and like not worry about it being crooked. So that's something that I've been doing and I learned, which is really nice. I am in the process of cutting the mystery kit for this month, so that is what is going on the Graph Tech right now. Okay, so in terms of variable expenses, I'm going to put in the budget amount, and this is going to be the yearly amount. So for electric, I'm budgeting $900 for the year. That is roughly $75 per month, and the reason why I put 75 is I feel like that's a pretty good average number, and I did the same exact amount for gas. So what happens is we live in Illinois, and we have pretty hot summers and pretty cold winters. So it kind of is like this scale balancing act where like during the summertime our electric is really high because obviously we have the AC on, and our gas is very low because the only reason why we're using it is to cook. Then in the winter time it kind of does the opposite. So our gas will be pretty high because we're heating our home, and electric will be pretty low because it's just like whatever's plugged into the outlets, things like that. So $75 seems like it's a pretty good amount for like an average number. During the summertime our gas is like $30, and then during the winter time it could be $100. So it's just, I'm hoping that's a pretty good average. I am going to be setting up a 2023 utilities tracker. I will be setting that up later in this series, so definitely make sure you check out some of my, like, check out that whole playlist, you can see them. But what my plan is, I'm going to put every single utility and then mark down like exactly what it is. That way I have an idea going forward for next year what to budget, because right now we're in a new house. I honestly don't know what to anticipate. I feel like so far our our utilities have been different than in the old house, even though the houses are not too different in terms of size. So anyway, we'll see, but I think that's going to be a good amount. For groceries, we're going to budget $9,100, and that is roughly $175 per week, which is what we're doing right now. So yeah, I think that'll be sufficient. For eating out, we're gonna do $3,600. That is $300 per month. For household, we're gonna do $1,800. That is going to be $150 per month. Gas, gas for our cars, we're gonna be doing $2,400. And that is $200 per month. Cash dividers, we're gonna do $3,360, and that is $280 per month. So there's $100 for my allowance, $100 for Jason's allowance, $20 that Macy could potentially earn for doing chores around the house that are like above and beyond what she's supposed to do. There's $20 for Jason's haircut, and then $40 for like my waxing and threading and stuff like that I get done. Lashes are going to be $1,993, and that's $115 per like every 3 weeks. I've mentioned this before, but we like have definitely talked about like areas that we can cut back on and things like that. My lashes, honestly, I will do whatever I can to hold on to being able to do those because it makes my life so much easier. And with 2 kids, a business, trying to like, you know, maintain a house, I feel like I have so much on my plate. So that's one less thing. Like I don't have to like really get super ready in the morning, and I don't have to worry about like trying to take mascara off. I know it's a small problem to have, but it is something that I feel like it's really necessary for like just being able to like get up and get ready. So anyway, if I need to, I can cut back on that, but I am hoping that I can keep it for a while. And then for sinking funds, as you guys probably saw, we're going to be doing $2,185 per month. So that's going to end up being $26,220. And then for unbudgeted, that is $0. So that is a total of $50,273 there. So those are all of our variable expenses. Okay, so next we're gonna move on to fixed expenses. So the first fixed expense that we have is our mortgage. Then we have internet for our home. We have Hulu Live, Netflix, our cell phones, we have my life insurance, the girls' 529 plans, retirement, my ortho, sorry about that, and I'm realizing you guys are not seeing, our Ring doorbell, and then we have Mimi's preschool. And you know, now that I'm doing this, I'm realizing that I don't think anywhere in my budget I accounted for like summer school for Macy, or not summer school, but like summer camp. So I'm telling you guys, this is definitely like a work in progress type of setup. Like I would love to think that I'm going to include every single thing that I could possibly think of in these videos, but it's just unrealistic to think that. So yeah, I'm gonna have to adjust it, fine tune it as I go. And I haven't done this process for, I think the last time I did it was in did I do it in 2021? I don't know now. But anyway, it's been some time. So I think next year when I'm looking back and redoing this, I'll have a better idea, especially if I go through and like put actual amounts in. I think that'll be really handy. So for our mortgage, we pay $2,500 a month. That is not what our actual mortgage payment is. That's paying it off in half the amount of time. So if we continue to do that, and I gotta figure out a way to do this without having my handwriting be like ridiculous. I think if I do like this, it'll be better. Maybe not. I don't know if it's gonna matter how I do it, to be honest with you, because I'm gonna be writing on the coil either way. Okay, so that's gonna be $30,000. Internet is $55 per month, so that ends up being $660 for the year. Hulu Live is $69.99 per month, so that ends up being $839.88. Netflix is $19.99, so it ends up being $239.88. Cell phones are, let's see, what did I end up doing for that? Yeah, so our cell phones are going to be $90 per month going forward, so that's going to be $1,080 for the year. Life insurance is $42.55, which ends up being, my handwriting is not legible in that spot, $510.60 for the year. The girls' 529 plans, we pay $400 per month, so it's $200 per girl, and that ends up being $4,800 per year. Retirement, we put around $1,500 away, so that's $18,000 for the year. Ortho is $195, which ends up being $2,340. The Ring doorbell is $399 per month, so it is $47.88 for the year. And preschool is $1,234.05, so that's $14,808.60. So that brings us to a total for the entire year of $73,326.84. So those are our fixed expenses, and at the very end I'm going to put together or put in a strip that just is for our total savings. So whatever is left over after all of those expenses will be what we save for the year. I mentioned in my 2023 goals video that right now our main focus is funding some projects for the business, some new products that we're hoping to add in 2023. We also really want to redo our driveway and a patio area. Our driveway is very old and cracked. And for like drainage and stuff like that with our finished basement, it's a good idea to have it like slanted away from the house. So that's something that we're hoping to do. And also I'd really love to do like an extra big mortgage payment sometime throughout the year if we can. So those are some of the goals, but of course this is a very optimistic look at our budget. We will definitely have to make adjustments if things change from, you know, kind of how they've been this year. And like I mentioned before, if that is something that we feel fit, Jason may be going back to work. And so we'll have to kind of adjust and kind of reevaluate every few months just to see what's working, what's not working, what we think that we need to be doing. Because, you know, I feel like we're all in a very uncertain time right now. And so the biggest thing is just making sure that we are reevaluating whenever we see fit, and making sure that we're still like on track to do the things that we want to do and that everything makes sense. So that is it for this 2023 budget. I hope you guys enjoyed getting to see and hear a little bit about our budget and what we're anticipating. Don't feel pressure with this setup. Like I mentioned, I already forgot something that I know that we will have to be paying for, and that's Macy's summer camp. So again, if you forget something, it's totally okay. I'm not going to go back through and fix it, because I figure like what I'm going to do at the end of 2023 is I'm going to look at everything, total everything up, actually fill this all in, and then going forward for 2024 I'll have a better idea of like, okay, make sure you put this in, make sure you put that in. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this setup. Now you can see things are really starting to come together, and I'm really excited about it. Definitely make sure you check out those other videos if you're wanting to see more setups and more explanation of how I come up with all these numbers. But that is it for today. I hope you enjoyed it again, and I'll see you next time. Bye guys.
About to leave, already packing. Come with me, I'm not really asking. We'll get away to a place where we